The one is symbolizing the one win.
Oh, okay. Where do we begin? The Giants won a game this season.
It's actually been 2 years since they've won. Isn't that crazy? Since last season.
I can't. I can't. I don't want to discuss that. It just doesn't seem.
But at least we could breathe a sigh of relief.
I had a little tear in my eye for Joe Judge. Do you know how hard it must be to be a new head coach for your first time head coaching and not log any wins in 5 games? I mean, the pressure of this guy, and it was just heartwarming to see all the people on the sidelines, his staff, and some of the players hugging him at the end, because it was special. It was special to him, and I really think that they appreciate his leadership. And that he is, he's doing the best that he can with the resources that he has.
Not many resources he has, to be honest. I'm going to be honest, Giants fans. I don't really like how Andrew Thomas is performing. I see some good blocks, and then I see the mistakes that he made in college, and that's with his quickness and reacting and trying to get off the edge quicker, like trying to defend on the edge. Yeah. But his matchup today was rough. He had a tough matchup. It wasn't like he did that bad. It's just I wanted to see a little more from him. But there was not really much more the team could do with
the
resources they have.
We had guys playing through injuries. We know Slayton is hurt. Peppers is hurt.
Who shouldn't have done that backflip, by the way, at the end of the game. On a bad ankle.
Jamie, I have PTSD from that play.
I know you were pissed. And I thought about that too. He got celebration and freaking tore his ACL. Ben Vaccaro, shout out to you, brother. His name was Ben Vaccaro.
He did a celebration and messed himself up terribly.
It was after a big play too. It was like 60-yard run, and he like jumped up and did a dance, and then he fell.
Peppers do it. I said, no, Peppers, that's not.
And he did wasn't it like 2 backflips? I looked away and it looked like he already did a flip, and then I saw him do another one. I'm like,
It was.
Even the commentators were like, he has an ankle injury. I'm sure the coaching staff is going to tell him not to do that.
Yes, obviously. I don't know what comes over them. But
adrenaline. It's adrenaline.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's adrenaline. You know how much? Think about this. Jabrill Peppers is a winner. He comes from the Michigan dynasty that he created, balling out in Michigan from college, and then he went to the Browns. He had a little struggle there, and then now he's over here. He wants to win. So the fact that he was close to a win, and then it pretty much solidified it with that play. I can understand why he did it. Yeah, but he shouldn't do it again.
He should not do it again. I was also nervous when Slayton. First of all, let's just highlight this. It was the first touchdown pass that connected in the end zone in 145 passes from Jones.
It's bad. That's very bad.
And it was exciting. But then, of course, Slayton kind of fumbled,
he hobbled,
mangled out of bounds, and he continued to play, but he was playing hurt. We've lost a player to a concussion.
At least it was just that. It looked like he freaking broke his neck.
Yeah, but they said it's a sprained neck. Concussion is sprained neck.
Again, lucky. It could have been so much worse.
It was. It's just not a. It was CJ Board. That's his name, CJ Board. So I hope
Chowder with the scoop of the clams.
Crowder. He went in to get scoop of the clams. But who was that? Who caused that? My boy Fackrell. He was going in for the sack,
as you like to call him.
But it turned out to a fumble that was picked up and ran in for a pick six.
Yeah,
it's true. Yeah,
it's a sack fumble. That's what that is. So that was a good play. The interception, Bradbury. Freaking Bradbury.
Bradbury is a star.
He's starting to be the stud. He's the stud. He's basically one of our best offseason moves.
And we've been hard on Daniel Jones.
Yes,
Daniel Jones is still leading in rush yards. However,
that play,
49-yard run, 49 yards.
I was just about to say, first of all, the freaking camera guy didn't even know who had the ball.
Exactly.
Look, I was confused because at first I was like, wait, he doesn't have the ball. And then he panned over to Daniel Jones. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
That was a good play. I don't know who wrote that one up, but that was a good one. That was a good fake. And Daniel Jones is starting to reveal his fakes a lot better. Like he's faking and he's actually selling it a lot harder. Like I saw him running to the side, like and he was doing like a little shuffle, and I was like, oh, he got the ball, and he actually tricked one of the DBs, and I was like, oh, he tricked me because I thought he had the ball, but they've been coaching him to do those little things, and those are the little things that'll help him improve. Like faking that he has the ball and stuff like that, because it looks like they're incorporating options more. And I mean, they did that the double option, but they did the comeback. So I believe it was Evan Ingram had the ball, and then he gave it to Slayton, and then Slayton came around, and I believe that was the touchdown, right?
Well, there was one. We had two.
Oh no, it wasn't the touchdown. It was just it was a sneak play though.
We had one touchdown, of course we had.
And then we had the touchdown on defense.
So we had the touchdown on defense, and then we had, of course, our field goal.
The field goals. We're the field goal team.
Gano deserves an extra special awards this year for just kind of getting us points on the board.
Yeah.
And of course, it's his points that helped us with this win. That pushed us over the edge.
Yes.
By getting those kicks and defense on that last drive, Washington drive that they were going in for the extra for the 2-point conversion. Wow. Which
shouldn't have happened at all, in my opinion, because the clock was at 0-0 before he snapped it. It was almost like he had a whole half a second before he could say go, and the clock was already at 0. I'm like, they should have blew it dead and just said it was delay a game. In my opinion, and I'm not even trying to be biased, I watched it. It hit 0-0. I had at least a whole another second to count in my head, and then he said go, and then he snapped it. I was like, nah, that should have been delay a game. But look, we answered. And the defense stopped them from getting the 2-point conversion. There was nobody open. Nobody. Right. They played their hearts out.
They did. They wanted this win. They knew that if they went a sixth game with no win, that it would be a hard turning point. Now for
everybody, not just the players.
Right. And, Eagles are up next on Thursday. They have a short week to get their bearings. Some of the players who are
definitely to get their bearings. I'm pretty sure they got their butts kicked by the Ravens today.
Thursday night football, Philadelphia Eagles. They've also been a struggling Philadelphia Eagles. They have a lot of follies of their own and squandered opportunities. Mm-hmm. So that would be another what I feel would be competitive game against a team that hasn't been competitive against other teams, just like the Giants. And Washington football was the same. So we just really were able to leverage that. I'm glad we were able to. We could have leveraged it against the Cowboys. That was a close game, but
yeah, there was a lot of squandered opportunities. The 21 points. We didn't have to go over it.
Yes, and then there was the calls. The calls were much better today. I felt they were fair. Even the ones that, Rivera, he challenged a play and he got. It was fair. I felt that the officials were fair today for both teams, not just for the Giants. I thought everything looked good. They made some good calls. Nothing that was questionable, in my opinion, this time.
You want to know why? Because you weren't playing in the freaking Cowboys stadium. They rig everything!
They do. They do rig everything. I'm sticking with that. So it was just another opportunity for us to shine and our players shine, but this time with a win.
Yes.
They didn't just shine and show that they have potential.
The fourth quarter, when I noticed the time, or I believe it was towards the end of the third, they were showing the time of possession. These are things that the Giants still need to work on. The Giants had 1 minute, 27 seconds, and the freaking Washington football team had almost 8 minutes of time of possession on offense.
Yeah.
These are things that the Giants still have not improved on, and I can't give them the excuse of that they're still learning. But damn it, they need to do something because they're not figuring it out. They're
willing to admit we're in full season mode now. It's not preseason.
Oh yes, I'm fully acknowledging they're no longer in preseason. The problem is that we keep losing guys to injuries, and they can't get accustomed to the system, and then we got to replace them, and then now that person has to learn the system, and everyone's still young. They're still trying to figure out who the leader is without Saquon. I don't know who it is, other than possibly. I want to say Evan Ingram or Darius Slayton, but those guys can't fit that role.
I don't know. I don't know. I do want to give a shout out to Devontae Freeman. He's finding those first downs a lot easier. The same thing is with.
He's playing explosive.
Yes, and he's pushing through traffic. A couple of times. Obviously, they still block. Get him in traffic sometimes.
Right.
He's pushing through. You're right. He's definitely pushing through with some power. Glad to see him step up. Also, I'm just glad for him as an individual because I know he's had some adversity in his career, and I'm glad that this is an opportunity for him to get back to where he was as far as his prominence as a running back. So good for Devontae Freeman. I'm glad that he has that opportunity. But
Deion Lewis had a couple good plays too. Another veteran that kind of stepped up.
And then we've got Ryan. What's his name? Is it Deion Ryan? No. What's Ryan's name?
It's Deion Lewis. Are you
Logan?
Logan Ryan?
Logan Ryan. Heard his name a few times today with some crucial plays that he made. Again,
Leonard Williams, the sack.
Yes. Just that everybody stepped up as they needed to.
Yes.
Daniel Jones, I'm a little concerned about him running into traffic. He did that a few times today.
Still throwing into traffic.
And he's, I know that he knows he has to use his legs just to make plays, but I'm a little concerned. I mean, they say he's tough and he's fearless.
I can see that. He dives with his head first.
He does.
He doesn't slide. He's not using the liability where he can slide and if someone hits him, it's automatically a flag. All he has to do is slide. And if someone touches him, they could breathe on him and it'll be a penalty.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to touch him at all. So, but he doesn't care. He's diving forward like he's a running back. I just hope that doesn't bite him in his ass. I hope that doesn't come back to haunt him and he gets hurt doing that kind of stuff. But you could tell Daniel Jones is hungry because obviously the critics are questioning him now because he's not performing like he did in his first couple of games. And then he went on that really bad losing streak and it was like, oh, well, there was flashes of Daniel Jones, but they tried to give him the benefit of the doubt because it was rookie season, but he has some time under his belt and there's not that much of an improvement aside from a little kinks here and there with his fumbling. Now it's, I don't even know what it is. I feel like there's just a lack of, weapons. I don't think he has many consistent weapons. He only has Darius Slayton. Evan Ingram, he's starting to be more consistent. I'm noticing that. But when you look at all the other
when he can get open, he's being more consistent.
Yeah, exactly. But when you look at the overall performance, Daniel Jones has been kind of stressing me out this season. And I've been questioning the more I see Josh Allen perform on the Bills, because that should have been our number one pick. The more I see him perform and how they have him in talks of being the top quarterback, and then I'm looking at freaking Daniel Jones, who I saw flashes of Danny Dimes today, but just flashes. It was just flashes. But I look at Josh Allen and I get sick a little bit to my stomach. And I even caught myself looking back at people reacting to when we drafted Daniel Jones. And I was like, what am I doing? Am I angry right now, Daniel Jones? I kind of am because I wanted Daniel Jones to prove me wrong. And for a little bit, he did in his rookie season. But right now, I don't know. I'm starting to feel uncomfortable as a Giants fan. It's like I can't really call him my franchise quarterback. And I know it's unfair to him because of the team that we have around him right now. We're still developing and trying to recover and redevelop into a new team. So I have to give him more time, as much as I hate to do that, but I have to be more realistic and give him time. So as Giants fans, it's going to be hard. We have to see what happens with the Eagles game. Anything could happen because the Cowboys game, I thought, to be honest, as I hate to say this, it makes me nauseous thinking about it. I thought we were going to get killed at first, at least offensive wise. We weren't really going to do much, but everybody was doing whatever they wanted, pretty much. It was a high-scoring game.
It was a high-scoring game.
We have to see what happens coming into this Eagles game. Will guys step up again? Will we see new guys that we haven't seen before step up and do something different? Will Devontae Freeman have over 100 yards rushing? I kind of want to see that kind of performance from him. I'm not trying to say I expect him to do that every game, but I want to see Devontae Freeman go off. I want to see Deion Lewis step up and make some more catches in the backfield. We need more of those type of plays if we're going to actually move up in the field because we don't have enough time to make those long passes.
No,
not enough time.
Definitely not. And that's always, again, that's been our problem for quite some time.
Yeah.
With the Eagles, though, what I do know is that, they're playing a lot of practice team dudes. And
they are. They're looking like what we were last year. Rough.
And, so hopefully we can maximize the opportunities that playing a bunch of practice team dudes.
I take this very personal when we play the Eagles anyway. I just want to freaking kill them.
I know.
I'm sorry for any Eagles fans watching this, but I hate playing against y'all. I do. But I'm cool with you outside, but when I'm playing you guys, I hate you and your entire organization.
It's just for bragging rights, really.
Exactly.
Last point about Judge today. Did I see that we had 2 timeouts left in the last minute?
We did, and I was very happy because that was something that I wanted to see. I was like, I don't want to see one timeout in 10 minutes plus, or even 7 minutes. I just want to see like 2 timeouts, 3 minutes left in the game. And I saw it, and I was just like, okay, this is good. And I'm glad that he was able to actually utilize that at a very important time during the play, during the
that was right before the onside kick.
Yeah, right. And I was like, see, these are things that he's learning. I'm seeing development. It's slowly but surely. And he still has a lot of critics that'll say, I'm still not confident in Joe Judge being a head coach because, he's a special teams coach. That's all he is. But he wants to prove to everybody that he can be a head coach. And I think he's learning from his mistakes finally.
Thank goodness.
And that was a very good thing. Logan Ryan with the recovery on the onside kick too, just clean. That was very clean. No bobbling of the ball. He just rolled in, scooped the ball, and just literally did a fetal position. I used to practice that in high school. We used to practice that drill. To a T, he did everything correctly. He waited for the ball to pass 10 yards, went down, and covered himself. And his teammates were right around him. It's perfect. That was beautiful special teams play. That's how you could tell that the head coach is a special teams coach because they are really emphasizing special teams. And that proved that special teams is important.
Thank goodness for that. We needed to do something.
I mean, yeah. Now, we still have to work on our red zone and finishing in the red zone. We still can't do it. Daniel Jones got so freaking close when they lost like 5 yards back to back, and then Daniel Jones ran it for like 12, 15 yards and just got stopped. He was so close, and I'm like, come on, just jump in. But
he's a little afraid to jump over the.
And he's afraid to jump in, but he's not. He's fine with leading head first into 2 different defenders after running 50 yards.
We needed it. We needed a Cam Newton moment right there.
We did. He just needed to lay it all out on the line and just go. But. Or that guy who was blocking in front of him needed to do something. He needed, I don't know, but man, we can't finish in the red zone. I don't know what it is about the red zone. We will drive it all the way down the field.
They've got just a few days. Maybe they will focus on that for the next couple of days. Maybe, after this next game, the Eagles game for Thursday Night Football, we can only hope. But they definitely need to figure out how to finish a drive.
That's going to be the deal breaker for this team as supposed to be the alleged future of the Giants organization. Will they be able to finish? Will they be able to learn how to persevere, drive all the way down the field, finish? Because finishing is what matters most in football. If you can't, you could drive it 80 yards down the field, but if you can't get those 20 yards to score, it don't matter.
No.
You got to be able to finish. So I could say all I want about the drives and how Daniel Jones ran 50 yards down the field. Guess what? It didn't matter because we didn't score. He ran 50 yards, but then we literally got stalemated and froze at the 1 yard line to go for a field goal kick. A squandered opportunity, really.
Yes, that's the theme of the season. Squandered
opportunities. And I hope that the theme can change to at least learning progression. I want to see more learning progression. We could lose, but if I see that at least we're improving and we're making the games close. Like the games that we've lost have all been close, really, aside from like
today I think the first one. Closest. 1 point.
Yeah, this was the closest. This was the closest game, and for once we were on the good end. We weren't on the bad end of it. But they did point out something that Daniel Jones has beaten. Most of his wins come from beating the Washington football team. So
it's true. It's true.
He kept the trend alive.
Yeah.
I really want to see if I can see a Daniel Jones win against the Eagles. I don't know what I'll do, to be honest. I have to think. It's going to be something premeditated, but I'm going to do something.
Well, I just want to see it. I forgot. It's a short week for the Giants. It's also a short week for us because we have another show to record this week.
Yeah, we do. So, okay.
So, you know what? Again, shout out to the New York Giants for bringing it in.
Big
all the way in.
They made me happy for once. I can finish the weekend not being angry and thinking about why I'm a Giants fan.
Having existential moments about being a Giants fan. We don't have to have that for the next few days. We can celebrate in a muted fashion because it's we're still what is it? 1 and 5.
1 and 5.
Yes.
Now we're tied for dead last with the Washington football team. That's pretty much what this game meant today. To tie for last place.
You know what? We'll take whatever wins we could get.
Yes, we've won this battle. We need to win this next battle. I'm tired of losing to the Eagles every year because we lose to them every year for like the past couple of years.
But wait a minute. This would move us up to third place
if we win
the Eagles game.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Something to look forward to. Hey, and it's dead last.
Another important game.
Yeah.
So.
Well, hey, at least we were able to have a muted celebration, because we are very cautious about overly celebrating. I mean, come on, we are one in vibe, so we can't get too excited. But at least you've caught us on a good time when we have had this wonderful episode where we can say some good things about a win for the New York Football Giants on this family bonding, the G-Men mother and son post-game show. I hope that you will subscribe. Please click the little bell to get notifications about our next video, and please like our video, and share it too. Just do everything, all right? We need the support. You know, we're the only ones we're the mother and son that's doing this thing. Help us out.
The grind is real.
The grind is real. So we'll see you next time, and hey, take care. Please leave some comments, by the way.